Since 2014, December has become a big month for Vita owners. The PlayStation Experience is Sony's chance to show us that they have not forgotten about our favourite handheld, with new games and releases announced during the keynote. I thought the PSX 2016 keynote was pretty light on Vita news compared to previous years, but I did get the chance to try some upcoming Vita games on the show floor. The show floor had only several playable Vitas, but there were other games coming to Vita in 2017 playable on PS4. I was lucky enough to go hands-on with some of them, and I was also allowed to capture video footage of Snctuary and Shakedown Hawaii. Snctuary. As a huge fan of the Soul series, this was the game I was most looking forward to playing. The demo lasted around 10 minutes and involved travelling through a level slaying monsters to reach the end boss. Talking to the developers, the Vita version still needs more work until it's complete. There were moments during my playthrough when the developer commented on there being slowdown that I didn't even notice. The only moments of slowdown I did notice was when I picked up an item. I didn't find any problems during battles, which was really the most important thing. I thought the game played really well, and it has me even more excited for when it does eventually launch on Vita. Fallen Legion. I got to play Fallen Legion on a Vita during PSX. The demo was different to the PS4 demo. The PS4 demo was a longer mission, whereas the Vita demo threw you immediately into a difficult boss fight against a werewolf. On my first go I was just mashing buttons trying to figure out what each warrior in my party could do, and I quickly lost them all. After playing the second time I realised there was a rhythm to the gameplay that involved attacking at key moments to chain actions to trigger special attacks, and defending at just the right time to avoid damage. The game looked and played amazingly on the Vita. It seems like a game you can sink a lot of time into to master its systems, and I look forward to doing that when it's released in 2017. Heartforth Alicia. Heartforth Alicia wasn't playable on a Vita during the show, but I had the chance to play the PS4 demo. After playing for 15 minutes, this has now become my most anticipated Vita game for 2017. I love the 2D art style and the music. What really sold the game to me was the gameplay. It was fast and smooth and very easy to pick up and play. The controls felt intuitive and reminded me of Rogue Legacy in how you move, jump and attack. I played and beat the first boss, which was a fun battle that forced me to change up my tactics for the different stages of the fight. Assuming the Vita version plays as well as the PS4 version, then I think this will be a great game. Speaking to the developers, the game will be coming to PS4 first, and with the Vita version planned for later in 2017. Shakedown Hawaii. This game was announced a while ago from V-Blank Entertainment, the makers of Retro City Rampage. It plays very similarly to Retro City Rampage. After a few moments of relearning the controls, I felt right at home playing Shakedown Hawaii. The protagonist is the same character from the original game, but he's now a 60-year-old man, and you can feel that in the movement. He's much slower, which makes it more of a challenge to outrun cops. I had a good conversation with the developer about the differences between Shakedown Hawaii and Retro City Rampage. And one of the things he said was that the references to old school video games are mainly gone, as he wanted to make this an original game with an original style. One of the big objectives of the game is to take over the city by acquiring buildings. Every building is available to acquire through story and optional missions or by buying them. The buildings also have different effects on the gameplay and can unlock new missions. For example, if you buy a shop, then you'll need to take out competitors, including online competitors, to grow the business. Other additions to the game included new weapons, destructible environments and a jungle area mission, where the action becomes almost like a bullet hell shooter. I played Shakedown Hawaii on a Vita and really enjoyed it. Whether you're doing story missions or just battling the cops, the game is just fun. The game is scheduled for 2017 and the developer confirmed to me it will be 100% identical to the PS4 version, with cross-buy and cross-save enabled. Y2K. Y2K is best described as a JRPG set in 1990s America. It reminded me a lot of World of Final Fantasy in terms of the dungeon exploring and the puzzle solving elements of the game. But there are no random battles. The style of the game really sets it apart with lots of references to American pop culture in the 90s. My party's weapons were vinyl records, a guitar and a samurai sword. I enjoyed the battle system, which involved specific button presses at just the right time to maximize your attack or defense. I find turn-based JRPGs with the standard attack magic item system can get pretty boring, so it was refreshing that Y2K kept me on my toes. Also, the music was really good and fit the game perfectly. I played the demo on a PS4, and the Vita and PS4 versions are planned for release in 2017. Windjammers. Windjammers was announced during the keynote and got a lot of cheers, although I hadn't heard of it before. It's a fast-paced competitive sports game where you need to dash across the pitch to catch the ball and try to throw it at your opponent's back wall. I had a lot of fun playing Windjammers against one of the developers on a PS4. Although it's a sports game, the speed and style of the game felt more like an arcade fighter like Street Fighter 2. The sounds of catching the ball and tossing it also sounded more like a beat-em-up rather than a sports game. The game will definitely be best played sitting next to a friend, which may not be possible for all Vita owners. I can see the game being fun on Vita for solo players, but my early thoughts are that PS4 will be the best place to play Windjammers. I enjoyed all of the 6 games, and what struck me during the show was that they're all very different to each other. They've left me feeling really positive about the Vita's prospects in 2017. Thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts on the 6 games that I talked about.